All right, Arkansas 4-H'ers, ATV riders, side-by-side folks, farmers, anybody that wants to get outside and play in the snow, the day we've been waiting for is here. It is going to be a snow day, but we want to talk a little bit about ATV safety and the gear that you need before you get out there and play in the yard and play in the fields and the forest and just enjoy the outdoors here in Arkansas in this nice, beautiful, cool weather. I don't really have to talk about long pants, long sleeves, and gloves most of the time, and over the ankle boots during this kind of weather like I do in the summertime. Most folks are going to wear it anyway. But the most important piece of equipment that you're going to have is your helmet. Don't forget to get your DOT approved helmet. Don't use a bicycle helmet. Don't use a football helmet or your baseball helmet. We want to use an ATV DOT approved helmet that's in good shape. Also, get your eye protection to keep stuff from flying up in your eyes. That also goes for passengers on these side-by-sides, okay? Remember, only one person on an ATV, unless it's a two-up machine. You can ride multiple passengers in a side-by-side, that's fine, but make sure everybody's got your safety gear on. Speaking of safety gear, it's big, bulky. A lot of y'all will have it layers this time. You're not gonna be as mobile. You won't be able to turn and maneuver these machines like you normally would. All right, be aware of that, because you're gonna need to maneuver them a lot, especially when you're trying to do donuts and burnouts and just show out and have a good time in the snow. We all like to do that. But we also need to remember, when this gets covered in snow, even in your yard, obstacles that you may take for granted that you normally just ride around or over or slow down for, you may not see. When you get about 4 or 5, even just even a couple inches of snow, it just makes it look like this winter wonderland. It's smooth. You don't even see the bumps in the terrain anymore. So it's maybe a good idea before the snow gets here, if you can, or even before you get out and ride, mark those obstacles, such as culverts in your yard. Some of the worst accidents I've seen have been in people's yards: culverts, ditches, driveways, rocks, things you don't really think about, okay? So before you get out and ride, you want to take care of these obstacles. So again, things like culverts, small stumps, or even a hazard under snow. This will be completely covered in 4 or 5 inches of snow, or even a couple of inches. So it's always a good idea to mark them. Could you imagine hitting this with a traditional ATV, much less a side-by-side in a full donut? And ditches or holes need to be marked if you can. Don't forget the big stumps either. They can be very deceiving. All right, everybody, we hope you have a good time. And just remember as well, we do not recommend pulling a sled with a side-by-side or an ATV, because these obstacles will become even more dangerous with one of those, besides the other inherent risks that could happen. Don't forget to tell somebody where you're going, kids and adults, because an accident in this type of weather can be very detrimental, even more dangerous than normal. So tell somebody where you're going and what time you'll be back, so we'll know where to look for you. And remember, for more ATV safety, contact your local county extension office.